Hey friend, welcome back to the channel and welcome if you're new here. I am Crystal. I would love it if you would subscribe. If you can tell from the title of the video, we are going to shop my stash. If you want to go through all the makeup drawers with me and pick out these items, then come back and do some swatches, then stay tuned. Okay, friend, we're just going to jump right in. We're going to start with my primer drawer, and we are just going to pull out, I'm thinking 3 primers just so we can just try some different primers out. I see this blur primer. This is from W7. I haven't used this before. I think this is supposed to be kind of like this for Solly Skin Tune primer. So let's go with both of these, and I guess I could compare and see if these are kind of like the same thing, but I'm going to count these as one item. So we're going to pick out 2 other ones. I just wanted to compare these since I am trying out the W7 for the first time. So we'll go with these 2. I want to find one that is illuminating and also a matte one, I'm thinking. So I was thinking about that, but maybe not. Have I used this in a while? This is the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless. We'll use this as our matte primer. So I feel like I have 2 drugstores, so now I need to get a high-end primer. So let's see what we have for high-end. Maybe this Huda. Let's try this one. I think this one may be moisturizing. I don't think it's a matte one, so we'll go with this Huda Beauty one. Okay, up next is foundation. I am going to pick out 3 foundations as well. I am going to go with this Too Faced Peach Perfect matte foundation, and I have it in the shade Butterscotch. So we're going to go with that one. This is going to be the high-end foundation that we're going to go with. I haven't used stick foundations in a long time, so I think maybe I want to go in with some stick foundations. I think I will pull out these 2 from Wet n Wild. I'm going to go with both because I'm not sure which one will be my shade, but we'll swatch them and we'll be able to see. So let's go with these. On to concealers. This is the concealer drawer, and I don't really know what I want to do because I have so many options. I think I want to try these e.l.f. concealers, and let's see what shades they are. We have Deep Cinnamon and Deep Olive. So we're going to pull out both of these. I'm still going to choose 3 options for concealer, so we'll count this as one, just get both shades because I'm not sure which shade we're going to go with. So we'll pick out these. I also want to try a concealer that's kind of old in my collection. That way I can decide if it stays or if it goes. So what I'm doing is just looking for an old concealer, any old concealer. Normally the old ones are at the bottom of the drawer because I stack all the new ones on top. So let's go with this one. I'm not sure if this is a good shade for me. This is an old CoverGirl concealer. So we'll pull this one and see if she will stay or if she'll go at the end of the month. Since I have 2 drugstore concealers, I do want to pick a high-end concealer. I typically keep the high-end concealers on this half of the drawer. So let's just look through here and see who we can choose. I used that one recently, the MAC. We don't want to get that one again. Let's go with Lancome. Lancome is right here on the top. I guess she want me to go with her, so we will go with the Lancome, and I have it in the shade Sue. Is that the shade Sue? I don't know. Yeah, we're gonna go with her as our high-end concealer. After concealer, I go in with a loose powder. So this is the loose powder drawer. I'm thinking that I need to get one that's going to be really light and yellow because those concealers are looking dark to me. So not dark, but just more like my skin tone. So I need some light powders that's going to brighten it up. And I'm sorry about the angle, but I'm trying to decide if I want to go with one that's in this drawer or the bottom shelf. So I think I will pick one from the top first. So we'll go with this one size, and it's in translucent. So we'll go with this. And then I do need one that's kind of a light yellow. And maybe, what is this one? This is Elf. This is an old school Elf. Don't look at the packaging, it's horrible. Let's use this just to see if it will stay in our collection or if it'll go. So we will pull the Elf. Okay, also we want to get one from this second row, and let's go with, do I have any high-end? I don't think I have too many high-end powders. I guess that one size could be considered my high-end powder, because I do like to try a drugstore and a high-end. I actually see this one from the first drawer. It is the Too Faced Peach Perfect, and I guess we'll go with this since it matches the foundation that we're using this month. So yeah, let's pull her. I do want to get some use out of these minis over here, so I think I want to choose one of these minis. I've used Fenty recently, so I don't want to go with her. I think both of these are Fenty, yeah. So let's go in with this Laura Mercier, and this is in translucent. So we're just going to pull out one of these minis. My favorite drawer is the blush drawer. I'm going to choose 2 drugstore and 1 high-end. And one of the drugstores should be an old one, so I can decide if she goes or if she stays. These are some old drugstore blushes from Elf. So we're just going to pick this one. This is in Blushing Rose. So we are going to go with her. So that's one drugstore. And then as far as high-end, I think I want to go with one of my Pat McGrath. And this is in the shade Desert Orchid. So we're going to go with this one. I also want to try a cream blush this month. So we will choose one of our cream blushes. And I keep all them here. I think I want to try this one from LYS, and it's in the color Inspire. So we'll go with her. And since we're in the highlighter drawer, let's pick out a highlighter. We're going to pick out a drugstore and a high-end. So as far as the drugstore highlighter, let's go with one of these old ones. We're going to go with this old one so we can decide if she stays or go. This is the Wet n Wild Mega Glow. So we're going to go with her. I'm not sure if they still make this, but we're going to give her a try. And I really don't have too many high-end highlighters. The Becca and the Chocolate Geode. So we're just going to pull her. All right, now we are up to bronzers. And I know I want to do a cream bronzer. And I normally keep my cream bronzers here in the back. So let's go with this. This is a foundation from Juvia's Place, a foundation stick, but I did get it in a darker shade to be used as a bronzer or contour. So we're going to try this one. I also want to try a older one from the drugstore so I can decide if it stays or if it goes. I think I will go in with this Iman, and it's in the color Sand. I think I need one more just in case that stick foundation doesn't do well as a bronzer. I want to try another one from the drugstore. So maybe let's go with one of these from Wet n Wild maybe. It is the What Shady Beaches. I haven't used her. She looks so pretty, so we're going to give her a go this month. Now on to the palette drawer. I know I want to pull out my Natasha Denona face palette, and I think she is hiding here in the back. So I am going to pull out her this month. This is the Glam palette, and I have it in dark. I'm definitely going to pull her out this month. On to eyeshadows. And I'm going to pull out an old palette so I can decide if she stays or if she goes. And then we'll pick out something new. So as far as the old palettes go, let's pull out this. This is from BH Cosmetics. It's the Twilight palette. And let's see what she looks like. Okay, she has some pretty colors, so we're gonna pick her. We'll do some swatches, so let's go with her. Are there any others I want to try on this drawer? Let's look at one of these small ones just to see, because these small ones rarely get any love from me, and that's not right. So let's find one of these small ones. I'm looking for a color story that I may would possibly wear. I mean, that's kind of neutral, so let's pick up this one. It's from Elf and it's in Golden Goddess, so we'll go with this one. She looks pretty. And then I feel like it's only right if I choose one of my bigger palettes, and I think I should choose one of my newer palettes that I just purchased. That way, you know, I could use some new stuff. So I haven't used any of these ColourPop Twist of Slate, any of these. So I'm kind of thinking I want to go that route, but that hard candy is looking so pretty. Do I want her? I don't know. Let's go with this Clay It Cool. I think we're gonna go with that one. It gives us some different colors. They're not really neutral colors, so yeah, we'll go with this one. All right, now we need to pick out a powder to set the whole face. So I think I want to pick one high-end and one drugstore. I think for the drugstore, I'm going to pick out this one. This is the CoverGirl Ready Set Gorgeous. This has been out for such a long time. It goes with that concealer. I'm just going to test out both of these this month, and we'll see if it stays or if it goes. So we'll choose this one. And we do need another one. I've been using the MAC in the last Shop My Stash, so I don't want to go with that one. But let's go with this one. This is the L'Oreal True Match powder. We're going to go with this one. It's in the shade N7. So let's see if she stays or if she goes. On to setting sprays. I have all kinds of setting sprays that we can try. I think I'm going to pick out one high-end and one drugstore. I think for the high-end, I may just pick out this MAC Fix and Stay Over setting spray. So we're going to give her a try. And then for the drugstore, I really need to organize this drawer and put drugstore together and high-end together, but right now it's just all over the place. Let's go in. Do we want to try this Milani? Make It Last. We'll go with this Milani Make It Last. I think this is a matte one though, so I don't want to use a matte spray. What is this one? That's a matte. Don't want to use that. I feel like I need a dewy one because I have some matte foundations picked out. So I'm not really feeling that one. Ooh, Charlotte. Let's pull out Charlotte, but I already have a high-end one, so I don't want to pull out too high-end. Let's just go with this hard candy. I haven't used this. It doesn't say if it's for matte or dewy, so we'll give this one a try. Trying to decide if I want to get one more. One more do I want to try? And we'll go with this. This is the Essence You Better Work fixing spray, so we'll pour her too. Okay, friend, we are going to start with the primers that we're going to go with for the month. I did pick out this W7 Pure to Perfection Faux Filter Primer Potion. Also this Versali. Like I said, I am going to give these a test to see if they are dupes for each other. This is the old formula of the Versali. They don't make, well, I guess they make it now, but they reformulate it. I haven't tried the new version of it, but I really did like this old version. And let's see if these are a dupe for each other. The packaging is quite the same, and then the consistency on the inside looks like it's the same. So that's what it looks like, this W7. And then I'm going to take a little swatch of this one just to see. Definitely kind of have some similarities. The Versali is a lot thicker than the W7. Yeah, the W7 is definitely more watery. So I'm not sure if they'll be dupes, but we definitely will compare and we will see at the end of the month. I also have this Huda Beauty primer. This is the water jelly, and it is a hydrating primer. Since I went with some matte foundations, I need a hydrating primer just to make sure I'm not too matte. And then the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless. It does have sunscreen, so I'm excited to give this one a try. Let's just give it a swatch too to see what it looks like. The consistency rather. Okay, it's it kind of feels like a moisturizer. I don't feel any like silicone or anything, and it really just kind of feels like a thick moisturizer. So I'm not sure. We will see by the end of the month. And these are the foundations that we are going to go with for the month. It is the Wet n Wild Stick Foundation. I do have it in the color Almond, and then also in the color Toffee Pecan. So let's just swatch these to see what we think about the color match. So this one is the Almond. That's Almond. Almond is a little dark. Probably would have to use it along the perimeter of the face, or maybe let's mix them. Let's see what this one looks like first. This one is Toffee Pecan. And that is what Toffee Pecan looks like. We'll see. I may have to mix them. I may be able to use this one as a like a bronzer. So yeah, we'll just have to see how that plays out. This next foundation is from BH Cosmetics. They no longer make this foundation, and I just wanted to test it out to see if I should keep it in my collection. Back when I got this, there wasn't that many shades, so I really didn't have too many options. So, I need to be careful. It looks like the top is falling off. They didn't have too many options when they made this, so this was the closest one to my color, and that's what it looks like. It looks like it may be a little too dark, but we will have to finesse it with some concealer, or I'll use the LA Girl pigment drops just to lighten it up a little bit. And then now we'll swatch the Too Faced Peach Perfect. And again, I have this in the color Butterscotch. This one is actually gone out of business as well, or I think this one is actually discontinued. But yeah, I think it's discontinued. So I'm sorry to bring you items that you can't get anymore, but I just need to be testing these out to see if they should stay in my collection or not. Again, the color match looks off a little bit, but we will give it a try and see if we can make them work. Next, we'll move on to bronzers, and these are the 3 bronzers that we selected. This is the Wet n Wild Color Icon bronzer in What Shady Beaches. I have the Juvia's Place concealer we're going to try as a bronzer in Benign. And then also the Iman bronzer in Sand. So let's give all three of these a swatch to see if it's something that will work for us. That is just so pretty though. I don't know if it's going to be dark enough, but definitely is pretty. That's what it's looking like. And I will just give it a swatch. So you can't really see. Let me see if I can build up the color. That's what it looks like with building it up a few swatches. So I think that it may be okay. I think the camera may be trying to focus on the product. Let's see. So this is what this one looks like once we build it up a little bit. Next, we'll swatch the Iman. And this is what she's looking like. Looks kind of similar to the Wet n Wild. And yeah, definitely are looking kind of close to the Wet n Wild. They're not really bronzing, but just bringing a little shimmer to the face. Could be as a highlighter, so we'll just see how those turn out for this month. But now let's move on to this foundation that we're going to use as a bronzer. This is a really good color, so let's just see. Now that's what you could use to bronze up the face. I like that one, so I may do this one and then just kind of top it off with one of these two. Let's just see if we can blend it out a little bit just to see. Oh yeah, I think that's going to be a perfect bronzing shade. What do you think, friend? I think that's going to be a perfect shade to bronze with. Moving on to concealer. These are the concealers that we're going to go with this month. This first one is from CoverGirl. I don't remember the name of it. I've had it for quite a while. It is the darkest one that came in the line. She is swatching quite light coverage, so we definitely will have to try to build it up to get a good payoff, but this is what it looks like. The next concealer is going to be the Lancome Tint Idole, and I have it in the color Sue. It says it's an all over concealer. I think this one may be more like my skin tone, so if it is, I may actually try it as a foundation. So let's just give it a swatch here. Yeah, definitely giving my skin tone, so it'll be fun to experiment and try it as a foundation. So this is what the color Sue is looking like. Next concealer is from NARS, and it's in the color Medium Dark 2 Caramel. That's what it looks like. This is the mini, and if I like it, I might consider getting the full size. That's what it is swatching like. A very good highlighting concealer. Looks like it's nice and neutral. I'm liking this. So far, this one is my favorite. Next is the two concealers from e.l.f. This is in Deep Cinnamon. These are the camo concealers, the matte finish. And this one is looking like it may be dark, so we may be able to contour with it. Or maybe all over the face. I'm not sure. Let's see if these oxidize. Let's try this one. This is in Deep Olive. Let's give her a try. I love these big old doe foots. Okay. This is what the Deep Olive looks like. So I'm okay. Very different color ranges here, and I'm excited to see what we can come up with. The setting sprays, not really much to swatch here. We are going to go with the MAC Fix Plus Stay All Over, the Hard Candy Sheer Envy setting spray, and then the Essence You Better Work fixing spray. All right, moving on to lippies. I feel like these lip combinations are going to be gorgeous, so let's just give them a swatch. The first lip liner I have is from Nicka K. It's in the color Cocoa, and I will swatch Cocoa for you. Try to get a good swatch here. That is the shade Cocoa. My arm is still a little wet from cleaning the other swatches off, so let's let my arm dry a little bit and see if we can get a better swatch. This is the ColourPop pencil, and it's in the color On Ice, and that color is gorgeous. Do you see that, friend? It's gonna look so beautiful with these lippies. I am in love with that color. Okay, Nicka K, you gotta show and prove. You gotta show and prove, okay? Yeah, it's a little bit better. My arm just needed to dry. So this is the Auto Lip Liner in Cocoa. Next are these two liquid lipsticks. They're the matte formula from Clean Color, and I have it in the shade Brick and Root Beer. I do like these. I got a lot of use out of my Clean Color collection when COVID first came, because they're matte and they don't move, and you can wear a mask and don't have any problems. That is gorgeous. Look how well those two look, like identical. They're so gorgeous. Again, that is in the color Brick, and then this is the Root Beer. Root Beer is gonna look gorgeous with that brown. I really feel like I outdid myself with this selection, friend. I think I did very good. The two lippies that we're gonna go with are from e.l.f. and I'm not sure what line this was from, but also in the color Brick and in the color Party in the Buff. So let's swatch Brick first. Gorgeous, nice and smooth formula. I like it. That is Brick. I still think they will pair well with the lip liners, and this one is in the Buff. Ooh, in the Buff is looking real light, so let's see. Okay, that's gonna be interesting. I think will look pretty blended with the lip liner, so we're going to see, friend. I don't know, but we definitely are going to have a little fun coming up with some lip combos this month. So that is all of the lippies. All right, these are my selection for brow products. I always use the Wet n Wild Mega Clear Lash Brow Mascara. This is a clear mascara, but because I, mix it or use it after using a pencil, it kind of changed the color of the product. But I absolutely love this. I will forever use this on my eyebrows every time I do them. I am going to try this product here. This is from Maybelline. It's the Brow Precise, and it's supposed to be for highlighting your brow, like around your brow. Instead of using concealer, you can use this, and this is what it looks like. I think it'll just be good for, cleaning up under the brow. I like the shape of the applicator. That way you can really, draw under your brow. So we're gonna give this a try. We're gonna see how well it does with just cleaning up the brows. And then the two brow pencils I'm gonna go with is the Morphe pencil in Java and the e.l.f. pencil in, I'm sure it's a dark brown. I always get dark brown. So let's just swatch and compare the two colors. So this is the Java. Try to make it a thick line for you. And then this is going to be the e.l.f. pencil. They're looking quite similar. Look really close to the same color. So, okay. I like it. I think it should be a good brow month. I did choose these two for the setting powders. This is the translucent, so it doesn't really have a color. It's just a translucent setting powder. So I've heard great things about one size. I haven't used it yet, so I'm excited to finally start using things in my collection. This is from e.l.f. This was out a long time ago, and it was before we had many options in the drugstore. So I'm gonna see if it should stay in my collection or not. And it's just a clear, not clear, but a white powder. And yeah, we're gonna see how well it does. It probably has some flashback. It looked like it will have flashback, but I'll definitely have to make sure I wear this when I'm not planning on taking any pictures with flash, because it's looking real flashbacky. I don't know. We're gonna see and decide if she will make the cut and stay in the collection. So yeah, that's those. Face powders is this L'Oreal True Match and CoverGirl. I realize now that I didn't get a high-end pressed powder, but that's okay. We're just gonna try these two for the month and see what we think about them. And I may always, you know, dip back into my stash if these are not working. I am liking how that feels and the color, so I think that's going to be a good one. Now this Ready Set Gorgeous, I used to wear this one out. If you can see from the pan, she got lots of love from me. And I just want to see if I still love her like I used to, and if she's going to stay in the collection. So that's what it looks like. Doesn't really show you much on camera, but yeah, we're just going to give these two powders a try. Face palette. Look how gorgeous this Natasha Denona face palette is. I cannot wait to experiment with her. This is what she is looking like. I haven't even swatched this. I think we're gonna swatch. Let's swatch the highlighter. Okay, and then the cream blush. Ooh, friend, this is my type of blush. Okay, that's the highlighter. Oh my goodness, this is the highlighter. And this is the blush. Let me build that blush up a little bit. I think this is going to be a blush that get lots of love this month. It looks gorgeous. The highlighter looks gorgeous. I am so excited. I am so excited to give this palette a try. I feel bad that I have been neglecting her this whole time, and she has been sitting in my drawer just being so beautiful. I am in love. Let's swatch all of the eyeshadows, okay? I feel like I just want to swatch all of them just so we can see what they look like, what they swatch like. Okay, so far, oh, that brown. Oh my goodness, look how I am just barely like touching it, and the color payoff is just amazing. Oh my goodness, I'm running out of fingers here. Let me clean up and dry off. Ooh, oh my goodness, friend. Do you see that? Every one of those colors are just gorgeous. I am in love with this whole palette. And yeah, this is going to be my first look. My first look with this Shop My Stash is going to have this palette in it. I am in love already. This was a good purchase, and I bought this at regular price. And I am so happy about this purchase. Next, we're going to move on to blush. We did go with the Pat McGrath Labs, the LYS, and an e.l.f. This is what the colors look like in the package. And this is what the colors swatch like. The top one is the Pat McGrath, the middle one is the LYS, and the bottom is the ELF. I think that these colors are going to be gorgeous. I really like all three shades. All three are just beautiful. It's going to be a good blush month, friend. A very good blush month. And these are the highlighters that we're going to go with. This is the Becca and then also a Wet n Wild. They do kind of look a little similar in the pan. So let's just swatch them and see what we think about them. This is what the highlighters swatch like. The one on your left, I think it's going to be your left. The one that's this way, it is the Becca. And then this one is the Wet n Wild. I'm liking both of them. I don't feel like it's too bright, too bold, too in your face. So yeah, I think it's going to be a good highlighter month as well. Both are so gorgeous. Here is a closer look at the eyeshadow palette. The first palette is the BH Cosmetics Golden Twilight, the 6-color eyeshadow palette. This is another item that you can't get any longer because BH Cosmetics has made some changes. But this is just an up-close look at this palette. Very good, beautiful neutral colors with some pops of color. Definitely going to give you a few swatches of that. Also, this is the ELF, and it's in the color Golden Goddess. And I feel like this is just going to be one of those, well, I'm not really sure what I want to do, but want some neutral colors. And I like how it tells you where to put the eyeshadows, the base, the lid, the crease, and the line. Because you guys know I am learning how to do eyeshadow, so I appreciate this shadow just giving me some direction. So can't wait to give this one a try. The Play It Cool from ColourPop is the last palette, and this is what the colors are looking like. Very pretty, very pretty. Now we'll get some swatches of all the palettes. I did pull out one more eyeshadow, and it's this green eyeshadow from CoverGirl, and it is in the shade Sombra. I think that's the name of it. I'm not quite sure. No, it is in the color KB Kelly. I don't know what this color is, friend. It's just green, okay? It is a green eyeshadow. I have been loving green, and I just wanted to pull this one out. My single eyeshadows, they rarely get any love in my collection, so I'm going to start trying to at least pull out one or two of my singles in each Shop My Stash and just make sure I show her some love too. That's what she's swatching like. I have been loving green lately, so I'm definitely going to add her in the mix sometime this month. So gorgeous. All right, now to swatch some of the shades in this palette. I'm going to zoom in just so you can see how gorgeous these colors are. Oh my goodness. I hope they swatch like they look. So let's just give it a go and see. I definitely want to swatch this dark color. Oh, she's pretty. She's so pretty. Okay, the mattes have good pigmentation. Let's try this brown. I'm okay with that brown as well. Gorge, gorge. Let me scoot over to make sure I'm in frame. I like that brown. Let's go in with some shimmers now. And let's try this shimmer here. They don't have names on them, but that is gorgeous. And we're going to go in with this one. Okay, I am in love with both of these so far. Oh, that one is so pretty. Friend, do I say more? Do I say more? Let's watch this green. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Friend, do I say more? This is gorgeous. This is gorgeous. If you love makeup like I do, you know how excited I am. Did I swatch this one already? I didn't. Oh my goodness. This is a good palette. I wish BH Cosmetics kept this formula. They have since changed the formula. I've seen some swatches that didn't look as gorgeous as this. This was a good purchase too. I am happy with this one. So yeah, look at those gorgeous colors. Okay, let's swatch these last two and we will be done. I hope you are still with me, friend. I love long shop my stash videos, so I hope you do as well. Comment down below. Let me know if I just be doing too much talking and too much swatching. Let me know, and then maybe we can change it up a little bit next go around. The only thing I don't like about these little palettes from e.l.f. is the squares or rectangles are so tiny. I mean, I guess you'll be using a brush anyway, but they're so tiny that you really can't get in there to swatch really good. They're okay, not as vibrant as I would want them to be, but that could be because I can't really get my fingers in the slots. Oh, I like that color. That's pretty. I don't think the camera is doing her any justice, and hopefully I can get to these better with the brush, but that's what they are looking like. I think this will be a good quick throw some makeup on and go shadow. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna give her at least one eye look for the month for sure. So yeah, she is okay. She's okay. I did pick out these three eyeshadow pencils as well, and I almost forgot about these. They are from the Maybelline Master line, and they come with this little brush on the end so you can like smudge it out. And I went with these three colors. I don't think I have any purples in any of these palettes, but let's just swatch them. Again, these are things that are just in my collection that is not getting any type of love, and I need to show them some love. They've been in here quite a while, and as you can see, the formula is still nice and smooth and goes on so pretty. So that is the purple. So pretty. Maybe I could use these to line the bottom lash line, maybe. I don't really know, but they all look so pretty. That's what they look like, just a green, a purple, and that blue. So just wanted to give them some love as well. Not sure what type of looks we're going to do or how we can incorporate these, but I'm definitely going to give it my best shot. Just wanted to show you these as well. Okay, Clay It Cool, and then we're done. This is what the Clay It Cool palette looks like. Oh my goodness, I think I swatched this when I first bought it. Oh friend, and I never used it. So let's look at these colors. ColourPop did their thing when they did this. Okay, ColourPop, you did your thing. I'll give that to you. The cream is just okay. ColourPop, I am so ooh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, this palette is gorgeous. Okay, I can't wait. I'm gonna be putting makeup on just to go nowhere, okay, in the house, just looking beautiful because these colors are so pretty. Oh my goodness, I think I want to swatch something else. Let's swatch one of these lighter. All of them are pretty, friends. All of them are so pretty, and they just glide on and go on so effortlessly. Look how beautiful that is. I really like whatever formula ColourPop uses for these type of packaging. This palettes is amazing. They need to do this for all of their shadows. I am in love, in love, in love. Okay, friend, and that's gonna be it for this Shop My Stash. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for videos using all of these products. Get ready with me. If there's anything else you want to see in these Shop My Stash videos, leave me a comment down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.